The Zodiac Killer, America's most elusive serial killer. In the shadowy annals of American crime, few figures have captivated and terrified the public quite like the Zodiac Killer. From 1968 to the early 1970s, the Zodiac haunted Northern California, taunting police and newspapers with cryptic letters, chilling ciphers, and boastful confessions. He claimed responsibility for at least 37 murders, although only 5 have been confirmed. Despite one of the largest manhunts in American history, his identity remains unknown. This is the story of the Zodiac Killer. The victims, the letters, the clues, the suspects, and the enduring mystery that still haunts us today. The first attacks that confirmed victims of the Zodiac span a little over a year, but the horror left behind has lingered for decades. Lake Herman Road, December 20th, 1968, teenagers Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday were on a date when they parked on a quiet lover's lane near Vallejo, California. A car pulled up beside them. Moments later, both were shot and killed at close range. There was no robbery, no sexual assault, only cold, calculated execution. Blue Rock Springs, July 4th, 1969. Just before midnight, Darlene Ferrin, 22, and Michael Mageau, 19, were sitting in a parked car when another vehicle pulled up. The driver exited and shot them multiple times with a 9mm pistol. Darlene died. Michael survived. Less than an hour later, a man called the police. "I want to report a double murder. I also killed those kids last year." The caller took credit for both crimes and new details that had never been released. The letters and ciphers on August 1st, 1969, 3 newspapers, the San Francisco Chronicle, the Examiner, and the Vallejo Times-Herald, received nearly identical letters. Each one contained a piece of a cipher, a puzzle made up of strange symbols, supposedly revealing the killer's identity. Each letter began with the same chilling phrase, "This is the Zodiac speaking." This was the first time he used the moniker Zodiac. It would become infamous. The letters were brash, mocking, and boastful. He demanded his letters be printed on the front page, or he'd kill again. He signed each one with a strange circle and cross symbol, like a rifle scope. Over the next year, he sent dozens more letters, including 4 complex ciphers, threats to school children, and even a piece of a bloody shirt belonging to one of his victims. More attacks. Lake Berryessa, September 27th, 1969. College students Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard were enjoying a lakeside picnic when a hooded man approached, wearing a black executioner-style outfit emblazoned with the Zodiac symbol. He tied them up and then stabbed them both repeatedly with a knife. Cecilia later died. Brian survived and gave police a detailed description. The killer even drew a large Zodiac symbol and wrote the date and details of the attack on the victim's car door, signing it once again with his ominous symbol. Presidio Heights, October 11th, 1969. In a sudden change of pattern, the Zodiac entered a populated urban area. He shot and killed Paul Stein, a 29-year-old cab driver in San Francisco. Witnesses saw the killer flee, but police were mistakenly told to look for a black man, allowing the suspect, a white male in his 30s or 40s, to slip away. Later, the Zodiac mailed a piece of Stein's bloody shirt to the Chronicle to prove he was the killer. The ciphers and mystery. The Zodiac's most infamous cipher, the Z340, wasn't solved until 2020, more than 50 years after it was sent. 3 amateur code-breakers deciphered the 340-character cryptogram, revealing a chilling message. I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber, because it will send me to paradise all the sooner. Earlier, another cipher, the Z408, had been solved by a school teacher and his wife. That message ended with, I like killing people because it is so much fun. But the Zodiac's identity was never revealed in any of the ciphers. The suspects. Over the decades, thousands of suspects have been considered. The most famous include Arthur Lee Allen, a convicted child molester who lived near many crime scenes. He was known to be violent, owned Zodiac-style watches, and made suspicious comments. He was the main suspect in the 2007 film Zodiac, but no physical evidence tied him to the crimes. DNA from a Zodiac envelope did not match Allen's. Lawrence Kane, a man with a history of stalking and mental illness. He was identified by a surviving victim and may have lived near some victims. Still, no hard evidence. Richard Gaikowski, a newspaper editor with radical views who resembled the Zodiac sketch and had cryptographic knowledge. Again, no physical evidence. Gary Post. In 2021, a group of amateur sleuths known as the Case Breakers claimed Gary Post was the Zodiac. He had military training and reportedly bore similarities to the composite sketch. Yet, the FBI has never confirmed him as a suspect. Despite DNA advances and public fascination, no one has ever been charged. Legacy and cultural impact. The Zodiac Killer is one of America's most famous unsolved cases. A chilling combination of brutality, mystery and media manipulation. His letters revealed a man obsessed with fame and power. He referred to his victims as slaves he would collect in the afterlife. He made the police and press part of his game. And he left behind one haunting question. Who was he? The case has inspired countless books, films and conspiracy theories, from the Zodiac movie to claims he was a Freemason, a Satanist, or even tied to the Manson family. None of these claims have been substantiated. What makes the Zodiac so terrifying is not just what he did, but how he vanished. Could the case ever be solved? Today, the Zodiac files remain open in the FBI and local California jurisdictions. Investigators continue to test DNA from saliva on stamps and envelopes, hoping new forensic techniques might reveal something previous generations couldn't. The success of DNA genealogy in solving the Golden State Killer case in 2018 has reignited hope. One day the Zodiac may finally be unmasked. Until then, he remains a phantom, one of the most chilling enigmas in true crime history. The Zodiac Killer terrorized a nation, played games with police and disappeared, leaving a trail of fear, puzzles and broken families. We remember the victims, their lives stolen far too soon, and honour their ongoing efforts to seek justice. If you found this deep dive insightful, please like, share and subscribe to the channel for more stories from the darkest corners of history. Who do you think the Zodiac was? Let us know in the comments below.